students, so today I'm going to give you a hint on the chapter 28 of your Maths and Science for ICSE Standard 9th, and that is distance formula. You requested me to explain again, so I'm doing it, children. I'll give you a few hints and tips of doing this exercise. Only one formula is there and few things which you have to memorize, and whole this exercise and chapter and of course the concept will be in your hands, just trust me. Okay children, starting with the formula, first of all the distance formula. See, as I talk the word distance means a measurement between the 2 points. And formula, since I'm talking about formula, I'm relating distance to the formula. Formula is related to the coordinates. So when I do this chapter, this comes under heading coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry, that means the coordinates which you had plotted in graphs is related to distance. That is it is said to be distance formula. How it is related? See, I have drawn a graph in which I have taken one point x1 comma y1. x1 is a distance of O, distance of x1, point A is x1 y1, and distance of x1 from origin, and y1 is a distance of y1 from the origin. Similarly, x2, distance of x2 from the origin I am talking, and y2, distance of again y2 from the point y from the origin. Question is not this, because this distance you can measure very nicely with the scale or with the intervals. The question is distance between AB, distance between the points AB in the coordinate plane. This is coordinate plane. Coordinate plane because I am representing two coordinates x and y, one along x-axis, another along y-axis, and since I am relating this to distance, so it is said to be distance formula. If I have to find the distance between AB, it is very simple, children. You just have to write the formula and commit to the memory that x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. So this will give you the distance between AB, two coordinates in the plane, and since it is distance, you denote it by letter. You give the units UNITS or UTS, because most of the times unit will not be given to you, but you know that since you are talking about the distance, you have to mention the unit UTS or whatever mentioned in the question. Now coming to the exercise 28, I will do one of the sums starting from question number 1 4th part. Question number 1 4th part, exercise 28, very simple. Direct application of the formula, root 3 plus 1 comma 1 and root 3 is 0 root 3 0 root 3. So I have to find the distance. Let the points be AB and I have to find the distance between AB. So using distance formula, in the beginning you just name them as x1 y1 and x2 y2. Once you memorize it nicely, then there is no need to put it. The formula is x2 minus x1, so 0 minus root 3 plus 1 whole square plus root 3 minus 1 whole square. So when you do it, I've just written the question number 1 4th part here, and then AB to be put, then minus square, you can write like this, minus square root 3 plus 1 whole square root 3 minus 1 whole square. Put the formula, children, and rest minus square is plus, so this will be plus, and you put the formula a square plus b square plus 2ab plus a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this is a minus b whole, and rest as it follows, you doing the sum, square root cancel, and your answer is 8 units. That is why I told you to write unit, because it denotes distance. This is, you can write like this also, 2 root 2 units, or if you want to go in more detail, you can write 2 into 1.414, and that is your answer. This is how you do it, very simple. And this is again we are going to follow throughout the exercise, all the questions. There is little difference which I will tell you along with the question as I read it. Question number 2, find the distance between the origin and the point. So origin is not given but understood. Origin is always O. Let origin OO, and let a point as given between minus 5 and minus 12. You have to find the distance between origin and the point. So OA is equal to again x2 minus x1 minus 5 minus 0 whole square plus minus 12 minus 0 whole square x2 minus x1, y2 minus 9 whole square. This is 25 plus 144, and again it is 169, and of course 13 units. So see how simple it is. Just the application of the formula x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root, and put the word unit because it's talking about distance. Coming to the question number 4, find the coordinates of the point on the x-axis. Just remember, on the x-axis the point is always x comma 0, and let this point be A, and the second point as given is 11 and minus 8, and they have also given you the distance between AB 17 units. You see, they have also used the word units, so that is for you to notice that whenever you give the answer, it is always in units. So find the coordinates of the point on the x-axis. This is question number 4 of exercise 28, page number 335. So 11 minus 8 is my second coordinate point. So O, distance between the 2 points, that is AB, is equal to x2 minus x1, 11 minus x whole square plus minus 8 minus x whole square. Then you know what to do. In place of AB you put 17, 11 square, a minus b whole square, 11 square plus x square minus 22x, a minus b, a square plus b square minus 2ab. Similarly, next one, minus square you take out common, and you are left with, when you take out common, you will be 8 plus x whole square, and then you do the needful, whatever you want to. It is minus 8 minus, it is 0, sorry, it is 0, so it will be direct 64, minus 8 whole square 64. So when squaring both sides, because then you have to square both sides to eradicate this square root. So 117 square, that is 289, will be 11 square plus x square minus 22x plus 64. And you know, see, you are getting the equation 289 is equal to 121 plus x square minus 22x plus 64. This is you take 289 to the other side, make a proper equation to minus 289 plus 121 plus 64 plus x square minus 22x. This will be a type of sum product equation in which you have to find the two numbers will give the same sum and the same product, same numbers. You will get two answers and both will be your answers. So this is how we do it. On the x-axis, what I wanted to make you understand was on the x-axis, and secondly, if there is square root, then you have to square both sides to get the required answer. Similarly, question number 5th, same question, but on the y-axis. Find the coordinates of the point on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, the points will be 0, y. Let this point be A, 0, y, and then he says it is at a distance of 10 units. So B point is given to be minus 8, 4, and children, rest is same. AB is given to be 10 units. So you know what to do. AB is equal to x2 minus x1 minus 8 minus 0 whole square plus 4 minus y whole square. In place of AB you put 10. So this will be 64 plus 16 plus 2 4s are 8y. Since it is minus, so minus 8y plus y square. Again see, squaring both sides because you have to eradicate the root. So 100 is equal to 64 plus 16, it is 80 plus minus 8y plus y square, or you are left with y square minus 8y, and 100 will go that side, minus 20. And again, how you will get two values? Minus y square, 10 2s are 20, so minus 10y plus 2y minus 20. Or I am doing this equation fully so that you understand y minus 10, and again 2 common, y minus 10, or you are getting the value of y is equal to 10 and y is equal to minus 2. So both are your answer. You will write A is either 0, 10 or A is either 0 and minus 2. This is how you will do in question number 4 also. Solve the equation. This is sum product form. So I have done this question fully so that you can understand 4th and 5th and very, very important sums for the paper. So be careful about it. Then next is question number 6. A point A is at a distance of 10 unit. So point A is at a distance of root 10 unit. And what is point A? Point A is at a distance root 10 unit from the point P4. So let second point be 4 and 3, and point has been given to be from the point P43, I have taken the second point to be B43. Find the coordinates of the point A if ordinate is twice the abscissa. So let the abscissa be x. Abscissa means x coordinate. You know this now. Abscissa is x coordinate. Ordinate will be twice the abscissa, that means 2x. So your point is x comma 2x. And then the same thing, AB is the distance between the 2 points as it is given 10 units. Then same thing as you have done before. AB is equal to 4 minus x whole square, x2 minus x1 whole square, plus 3 minus 2x whole square under the root, and AB value is given to be root 10. So this again you are going to go for the 16 plus x square minus 2 4s are 8x, 9 plus 4x square minus 2 3s are 6 2s are minus 12x. So squaring both sides, 10 is equal to whatever the answer you get. Again it will be a form of sum product form. You will get the equation like that, and then you solve it. Minus 8x and minus 12x will be minus 20x, and 16 plus 9 will be 25. Get 10 to the other side. This will be 0 is equal to 5x square minus 20x plus 25 minus 10. Again, see, you got the equation. Now get to numbers like this, that your sum is 20 and of course your product is 75, or you can take 5 common also, to x square minus 4x plus 3. See, it is very simple. I took 5 common, 5 will go to the other side, it will become 0. So x square minus 4x plus 3, again solve it, you will get 2 equation, and both will be the answer, children. That is the question. So x is equal to x minus 3 minus 1 common, x minus 3, and so x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1. Both is the answer. This is how you are going to do it. In this question, abscissa and ordinate was given, so I took it according to the condition. A very, very important sum for the paper, so be careful about it. Then come to the next question. Again a very important sum. What point on the x-axis? Again the point on the x-axis. So I have told you point on the x-axis is x comma 0. Let this point be A, and he says which is equidistant from the point. So this point is equidistant from the 2 points. Let it be P. P is suppose 7 comma 6. I am naming all the points and you are also going to do it. P 7 comma 6 and Q minus 3 comma 4. So they have given that AP is equal to AQ. This is given in the question. Equidistant means that the given point A is equidistant from point P as well as from the point Q. So I am taking the condition because AP is equal to AQ, then I will put the formula. See, children, you can do x minus 7 also, you can do 7 minus x also. Just remember that whatever element you will take from the point A, y also will take from there. It does not be like that you will take 7 minus x and second time you will take 0 minus 6. No, if you are going to take 7 first, then 6 also first. So it does not matter whether you take x0 as x1 by 1 or 7 6 as x1 by 1. Only thing is you have to be very methodical in putting the formula. So from here I am doing like this: x minus 7 whole square plus 0 minus 6 whole square. This is for AP. For AQ, again same thing, x minus minus 3. If there is minus in the question, so you put it in the bracket, whole square plus 0 minus 4 whole square. And you know what to do, squaring both sides. So this is, see, x square plus 49 minus 2 7 the 14x plus 36, and again x plus 3, so x square plus 9 2 3 the 6x plus 6x plus 16, and you can solve it to get the value of x. 2 answers will come and A will be either 2 answer x comma 0 first answer and 2 answers, and children you have to name both you have to write both the answers in ordered form. So I hope you understood. This was the point on the axis. Similarly is the question number 9. This is a point on y-axis. So in just a little difference over here, you will take 0 comma y for 7th question. So whenever the point on the x-axis, it has to be taken as x comma 0, and whenever the point on the y-axis, it is to be taken as 0 comma y, and rest is same. And 7th, 8th and 9th question are very, very important for the paper. Then come to the 10th sum. He says a point P lies on the x-axis. It is very simple. because point P is lying on the x-axis, so point P will be x comma 0 because it lies on x-axis. Similarly, he says another point Q lies on y-axis, so it will be 0 comma y. This is the answers. He says write the ordinate of P. So ordinate of P means this is first is abscissa, second is ordinate. So ordinate of P, P ordinate is equal to 0. And abscissa of Q, abscissa again 0. Because this is abscissa, first point x coordinate is said to be abscissa and y coordinate is said to be ordinate, because ordinate of Q is 0. So ordinate of Q is y and abscissa is 0. Similarly, ordinate of P is 0 and abscissa is x. So these are first two questions. Then he says third part, you see, very important. If abscissa of the point P is minus 12, so P you complete it minus 12 comma 0, and Q again you complete it 0 and minus 16, as it is given 0 minus 16. So he says that P is minus 12 comma 0 and Q is 0 minus 16. Calculate the length of PQ. You can do, children. So PQ will be x2 minus x1. See how simple. 0 minus minus 12 whole square plus minus 16 minus 0 whole square under the root, and that is your required answer. Don't forget to write unit because you are finding distance. How simple it is. If you understand the language, everything is very simple. So this is how you will do it. Then question number 10 is also important for the paper, let me tell you. Then coming to question number 11, I'll give you the hint of almost all the sums. So while watching the video, you just listen the hints and do it. You have done this chapter before for the unit test. So when you will listen the video, most of the things will be clear to you. He says that find that P 0, 5, Q 5, 10 and of course R 6, 3 are the vertices of isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle means two sides should be equal. I have to find whether it is vertices of isosceles triangle or not. So what I will do, first I will put distance formula between PQ, then I will put on QR, then I will put on RP. If my two sides become equal, it is isosceles, otherwise it is not. This is how we do it. So see, I'll start with PQ. Write x2 minus x1, 5 minus 0 whole square plus 10 minus 5 whole square under the root. Then 6 minus 5 whole square plus 3 minus 10 whole square RQ. Then again RP, 3 minus 0 whole square, 6 minus 0 whole square, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, 3 minus plus 3 minus 5 whole square. Let me find out whether I get the same answer. See, I got 25, 10 minus 5 again 25, so this is root 50 units. 5 square plus 5 square, again I will go for the second one. 6 minus 5, 1 square, 3 minus 10, again see 1 square plus 7 square, again 50 units. So my question finishes here only, but I will find the third also. 6 square 36 plus 5 minus 2 square 4, this is 40 units. But my two sides have become equal. So PQR is an isosceles triangle, because when we relate geometry with coordinates, we'll take the properties of geometry, and you know very well that in isosceles triangle, two sides have to be equal, and I have proved the two sides equal. See, PQ is equal to QR, and that is my required answer. That is why we name this chapter as distance formula, because this comes under the heading coordinate geometry, and all the properties of geometry relating to the figures we will attach with coordinates and prove our point. For example, next echo, question number 12. He says vertices of rectangle. I'll just give you the hints. This is a rectangle. This is question number 12 on same page 335. He said P 0 minus 4, Q 6, 2, R 3, 5, and S of course minus 3, minus 1. Properties of rectangle. Rectangle means opposite sides to be equal. So what you will do here, you will find distance between PQ and distance between SR, and they have to be equal. If PQ is equal to SR and PS, opposite sides, PS is equal to QR. Yes, it is a rectangle, because by geometry definition you know that rectangle is that figure in which opposite sides are equal as well as parallel and each angle is 90 degree. But you are going to take the only property that opposite sides are equal. So opposite sides are equal and hence the given figure is a rectangle. Then coming to the 13, that is same, you have to prove it the vertices of an isosceles triangle. So same as I explained in 11th, only it is written a word again, there is written right angle triangle. Just go to the question. Question number 13 are the vertices of an isosceles right angle triangle. So only difference is first you find the distance between AB, then you find distance between BC, and then you find distance between AC. So when you find AB, BC, AC, you will come to know that two sides are equal but one side is bigger. For example, in question number 13, I'll just give you the little hint so that you don't get confused. Question number 13, when we solve it, I'm just solving it for your purpose. AB, BC and AC, I'm putting direct formulas. So you will get, for example, you will get here AB, you will get 3 minus 1 whole square plus 0 minus 3 whole square. I think this is AB. Then you come to question number, the second part, that is BC. Again this will be 4 minus 3 whole square plus, see the points, I'm seeing the points from the book, and 1 minus 0 whole square. And third is 4 minus 1 whole square AC plus 1 minus 3 whole square. So you are going to get root 25 units, again root 50 units, you write the word units as I am writing, and again root 25 units. So two sides are equal, hence it is an isosceles triangle. And to prove that it is right angled, what you will do, square of the largest side, that is BC square, because largest side is BC square, should be equal to sum of the square of other two sides, AB square plus AC square. So BC square means root 50 square, AB square means root 25 square, again AC square is root 25 square. So your square of the largest side is equal to sum of the square of other two sides. It will become 50 because square and root cancels. 50 is equal to 25 plus 25. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. So children, yes, it is an isosceles right angled triangle. Isosceles right angled triangle. And then he has asked you to find the area of the triangle. You very well know that area of the triangle, the largest side, I am making the figure here, the largest side is hypotenuse. Because it is a right angle triangle, the largest side is root 50. And other two sides will be root 25, that means 5 and 5. 5 unit, 5 unit. If I have to find the area of OAB triangle or ABC as it is written, so you will write it half into 5 into 5, 25 upon 2 square units, and that is the answer. One of the very, very important sums of the paper. So I have explained it again. First of all, you are going to find whether it is isosceles, then you are going to prove that it is right angled. I have written this right angled, that I will do. Square of the largest side should be equal to sum of the square of other two sides, which I'll get from one, this AB, BC and AC. I substituted the value. My largest side was equal to sum of the other two. Yes, it is right angle triangle. So at last, you know, the highest largest side is always hypotenuse in a right angle triangle. So you have to find the area, half into base into height. This is the question and one of the very, very important. Then question number 14, again very simple. Property of the square. They have said that they have given you 4 vertices of the square. 4 vertices, and they are asking you to find whether it is a square or not as related to coordinate geometry. Coordinate plus geometry, I'll take the properties of the square that all the 4 sides should be equal. So AB, BC, AC, AB, BC, AB, BC, CD and AD. All the 4 sides after putting the distance formula should be equal. If all of them are equal, yes, it is a square. But children, I have to tell you something more, that all the four sides are also equal in rhombus. So what is the difference between square and rhombus, as it is given in the next question? Same question, I'm comparing the question number 15. You have to prove that, again 4 points have been given, question number 15, that they are vertices of rhombus. So what is the difference between square and rhombus? The only difference between square and rhombus is that in square the diagonals are equal. So children, what I want to tell you here is that you make a figure of square A, B, C, D. I'm not making up to the scale, I'm just try to make you understand. So just you know how to do it, very neat and clean figures to be made. Now all the sides you have to find, that is I have written here. To distinguish it from the rhombus, as question number 15, you have to find the diagonals also. AC should be equal to BD. If they are equal, then it is a square. In rhombus, again all the sides will be equal. AB will be equal to BC, will be equal to CD, will be equal to AD, as in the square. But in rhombus, diagonals will not be equal. AC will not be equal to BD. So remember children, whenever you have to prove the difference between the square and the rhombus, all the four sides, after proving all the four sides or getting the answer for all the four sides, you are going to get the answer for diagonals also. If you will not do it, you will not get full marks. In square, the diagonals will be equal. Again, distance formula, diagonals will be equal. But in rhombus, the diagonals will not be equal. Putting distance formula, you will get these answers. So this is the difference between square and rhombus. And same is the difference between rectangle and parallelogram. In rectangle, parallelogram also same thing will follow, that in rectangle the diagonals will be equal, but in parallelogram the diagonals will not be equal. Then coming to question number 16, it is very simple. They have given you 4 points, A minus 3 minus 2, B minus 6 comma A, C minus 3 comma minus 4, and D 0 comma minus 1. And they have also given that vertices of the quadrilateral ABCD, and A is negative. There will be 2 answers, but you will take the negative one. AB is equal to CD condition is also given to you. So you first of all you put formula between AB. This will be minus 6 x2 minus x1 minus 3 whole square plus A minus 2 whole square under the root is equal to 0 minus 3 whole square plus minus 1 minus 4 whole square under the root. And again you solve it, squaring both sides. I am giving you the hint, you can do it. Minus 6 plus 3 minus 3 square 9, A plus 2 A square plus 4 plus 2 to the 4A is equal to minus 3 whole square, 9 plus minus 1 minus plus 4 minus 1 3. This is answer. Find out A square. Now you will get 2 types of values. One will be positive, one will be negative. You will not take the positive value because it is written in the question if A is negative. Children, please underline it. Question number 16, exercise number 28, page number 335. Because A is negative, so you avoided. Next sum. So see, I am trying to give you the hint of all the sums so that you just listen to me, and if you are not able to do, you know what to do. I have already told you in so many videos. Now coming to question number 18 and 19. Both are same. I'll do one of them. 19, for example, question and 19 both are same. 19 I am doing. A is given to be x plus 2 minus 2. And then of course the second point is B 11 comma 6. And they have asked you to find y if AB is 5. So this you know what to do. AB x2 minus x1 you can take like this also, x plus 2 minus 11 whole square, x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And AB value is given to you 5 unit, you know what to do. This type of sums we have done before also, and now you should not find any difficult in it. Minus 8 square is 64. So squaring both sides, 25 x square plus 9 9s are 81 minus 2 9s are 18x plus 64. Again you will get two answers and that are your answers. Nothing condition has been given, so both the answers to be taken. 18 and 19 again the important sum for compulsory section. And see children how easy it is. Again and again only one formula I started with, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. And this is distance formula which has been used in whole the exercise, and little conditions are different in all the sums which I have given you hints, and according to hints you will solve it. And this chapter is very important because this is the base of a very big chapter of standard 10th, and so you have to be very careful. Do it very nicely so that in paper you don't find any difficulty. Question number 20, again a very easy sum. The center of the circle, again very important sum. Center of the circle is given to be 2x minus 1 and of course 3x plus 1. And also find x if the circle passes through. Passes through means point is lying on the circumference. That is what I wanted to tell you. Others you know center O and P is radius, because distance of center from the point on the circle OP will be R. So you know radius. Now he wants to ask you that the length of its diameter is unit and 20 units. The total length, that is PQ, is given to be 20, that is units, that is diameter. But we need radius, so let OP will be 20 upon 2, that is 10 units. Now same thing, OP will be equal to x2 minus x1, 2x minus 1 minus 3 whole square plus 3x plus 1 y2 minus y1 minus 1 whole square under the root. So 2x minus 1 minus 3 whole square and 3x plus 1 minus 1 whole square. And OP you have found out to be 10 units. Please put the answer here in place of OP. So this is your required equation, 2x minus 1 plus 3 plus 2 whole square. See. And 3x plus 1 plus minus again plus 3x plus 2 whole square. This was plus 4 minus 1, this is 3, sorry, 3 plus 3 minus 1 minus plus 3 minus 1 plus 2, again plus 1 minus plus 2 whole square, and rest you can do squaring both sides. Again you will get two values of x and both are your answers because no condition has been given. Where you have to be careful is this step. If you will do any problem here, your calculations will be wrong. You have to be very careful about the signs as I am writing. Then when you calculate it, please be careful about the brackets also, because one bracket is wrong and your answer is wrong. So this is how we do it. I've given you the hint of question number 20, and they are short sums of exam, trust me children. Then moving to the question number 22. 22 again, I am doing this sum also. Again a circle has been given to you and there is a one point. This is said to be chord. You know that you have done in the lower sections. There is a center P and there is perpendicular from the center P, that is PT, and again the radius had been meeting at point A and B. So PA and PB are radius R of the circle. P is 2 comma minus 7, 2 and minus 7. I write the point, make the figures, and radius is 13 units. So radius is given to be 13 units, and T is also given to be minus 2 and minus 4, and I have to find AB. Remember children, AB will be always twice of AT. This is one theorem in circle which we'll do in second term. So just remember right now that this AB chord is always double of TB. Double of TB or AT, because AT and TB are equal. There is a theorem in the circle that line from the center is perpendicular bisector of the chord. So you have to write at the side, line from center of the circle is perpendicular bisector of the chord. AB is equal to 280. Now first of all we are going to find PT. Both points have been given, so minus 2 whole square, x2 minus x1 minus 4, in between there is plus, and again minus 4 minus 7 whole square under the root. This will give you the value of PT, and when you calculate it, this will come equal to, minus 2 and minus 2, this will become 4. So this is minus 4 whole square, this is 16, and of course next 16 and minus 4 plus 7, that will be 9 under the root, and this is of course 25 and 5 units taking. So see children, PT is 5 unit. I have to find AT by Pythagoras theorem. Please mention the theorem, Pythagoras theorem. AT square will be, of course, 90 degree opposite is hypotenuse, so 13 square as given in the question. PT you have find right now in 5 units, 5 square, and this will become 12 square, hence AT is equal to 12 units. So I have found AT, and I have told you AT, AB will be twice of AT. So question they have asked us AB, so you write the value of AB in the beginning, twice of 12, that is 24 centimeter, and that is your required first answer. 24 centimeter, AT and AB also. First answer was AT 12 unit, and AB again I am writing here twice of 12 is equal to 24 units, because I told you line from the center of the circle is perpendicular. I have written perpendicular AR bisector of the chord. On the chord which is making, on the chord which it is falling, it is perpendicular to the chord. P is the center and AB is the chord. Line from the center is perpendicular bisector of the chord. So children, a very important sum. Then come to question number 23, 24. All are very easy. Nothing difficult in it. In fact, that is the basic questions which we have done. Little difference that they have asked the answer to 3 significant figures. One of the very important sums of this come in compulsory section. So P, 2, 2 and Q. For example, 5, 4 to 3 significant figures. So see, PQ will be equal to 5 minus 2 whole square, x2 minus x1 plus 4 minus 2 whole square. This will be 9, 3 square 9, 2 square 4. So you have got root 13 units. Now root 13 units is very simple. You find out the answer from the book do the 13 root you find by division method. This will be 3, 3s are 9, you know this, how to do it. This is 4.00, again 3, 3, 6, 63.6, and you get 396, again 4 and 0.1, something like this you get, and this is your answer. 3 significant figures. 3 significant figures mean in total 3 significant figures. If they had said 3 decimal place, then after decimal there should be 3 numbers. But since they have said 3 significant figures, mean in total, including the one before decimal and after decimal, it should be 3. So this is how you are going to do it. So simple. Just because of decimal, this question will become little difficult, but you know how to do division method, square root, not difficult for you people. You have done all this in 7th and 8th standard, so we are not worried about that. You have done these things. Then 24 and 25 are same. I am doing the 25th sum. Calculate the distance between A 5 comma minus 3 and B on y-axis. So B is on y-axis, and I told you that point on y-axis to be taken as 0 comma y, and the ordinate is also given. Calculate the distance between A 5 comma minus 3 and B on the y-axis whose ordinate is 9. So what you will write? B 0 comma y, but ordinate is given, so you write it again 0 comma 9, and the rest you have to find the distance, that is 0 minus 5 whole square plus 9 minus 3 whole square. This is the answer. So you just have language to be followed, that the point lies on the y-axis but ordinate is 9. So first I laid the point on the y-axis, my point became 0 comma y, then I put the value of ordinate y which was given 9, and then I found the distance. Similarly, question number 24 is same. I'm doing just giving you the hints. A 7 3 and B on x-axis, that means x comma 0, where abscissa is 11. So again B becomes 11 comma 0. In place of x you will write 11, and then you will find the distance between AB. These are both question number 24 and 25. Again important sums of compulsory section. See how easy it is. One formula is started, only little difference between the language, and all the answers are coming. Then come to question number 26 and 27, though both are same. I'm doing the 27 sum. He says that point P x comma y from the point A, which is 1 comma minus 3, and B, which is minus 2 comma 2, in the ratio 2 is to 3. So this time they have given you the ratio. It is very simple. This point P is at the ratio 2 is to 3. So you will write like this: AP is to BP. That is only the new thing, is equal to 2 is to 3. Or you write like this: AP upon BP is equal to 2 upon 3. Or 3AP cross multiply is equal to 2BP. Rest you know. You just have to put the distance formula between AP and BP. I'll do it so that afterwards you solve it yourself and do the needful. For example, this will come equal to 3 into under the bracket x minus 1 AP x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square is equal to twice of x minus 2 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square. I hope you have followed. Then you just have to do the calculation, squaring both sides. 9 x minus 1, you just put the brackets so there is no confusion, plus y plus 3 whole square, solve it. 4 x plus 2 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square, solve it, and your equation should come equal to the equation given in the question, that is 5x square plus 5y square. And children, trust me, you will get the equation if you have done the calculations right. If you don't get it, you WhatsApp me, I will solve it and do it. But before that, I would love that you try it yourself. Very simple. I have given you whole hints. He has said that point PXY is divided in the ratio 2 is to 3. So I wrote like this: AP is to BP, 2 is to 3. Cross multiply. This is my final equation. And in AP I put the distance formula. In BP I put the distance formula. And I will get the equation which is given in the question itself. And that is my required answer. Then come to question number 28. Last sum of the exercise. Very simple. The point A30 and again B A comma minus 2 and C is 4 comma minus 1 are the vertices of right angle triangle. So it is the vertices of right angle triangle. Right angle at vertex A. So B and C. And he wants to find you the value of A. So it's very simple, children. 30, and of course B is A comma minus 2 and C is 4 comma minus 1. So nothing has been given here, no distance, nothing. So since it is a right angle triangle, you will write like this also, because right angled triangle, so BC square will be equal to AB square plus AC square. That is all. Put the formula between BC: A minus 4 whole square plus minus 2 minus 1 whole square under the root cos square, because BC square is equal to AB. AB square, A minus 3 whole square minus 2 minus 0 whole square under the root square plus again AC 3 minus 4 whole square plus 0 minus 1 whole square under the root square. So see, square and root cancels, though you will not cancel like this. You know you have to write square root as 1 by 2 into 2. Don't cancel like this, does not look nice, and it is not a mathematical ethics, you can say. So you just write, I am doing one more equation, a minus 4 whole square plus minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 whole square 1 by 2 into 2. This is the way you are going to cancel it. Again, a minus 3 whole square minus 4 plus minus 4, plus 4 again 1 by 2 into 2 plus 3 minus 4 minus 1 whole square plus 0 minus 1 whole square, of course, e power 2 into 1 by 2. So this cancels, and rest you will get the equation. Be very patient with these calculations, children. If you will do these calculations nicely, trust me, this chapter is very easy, especially for the children who find maths little difficult. And one thing, remember that this chapter forms the base of the distance section formula of chapter 10th of ICSE. So none of you can leave this chapter, and it is very easy also. So don't try to do it. Do your best, and remember your teacher is also with you, always with you. One thing more, question number 17, by mistake I have left it. I just want you to see this question also. See, this is written that the vertices of the triangle are 5, 1, 11, 1, 11, 9. I want to explain the term circumcenter to you. What is circumcenter? See, circumcenter is the, first of all, circumcenter is in the triangle. This is circumcenter. It is not necessary it is in the center, but since the word is like this, so we put it as a circumcenter. Circumcenter of the triangle. And this, suppose I take P, B and C, so PA will be equal to PB is equal to PC, and this is said to be circumradius. They are always equal. I'm talking about question number 17 now. He's given that A is 5, 1, B is 11, 1, and C is 11, 9. Find the coordinates of circumcenter. I have to find the coordinates of P. So let P be x, y. Since all the three sides are equal, first you will take PA is equal to PB. This will give you the value of x. Put the distance formula between PA and PB, you will get the value of x. Then you put the distance formula between PB and PC, this will give you the value of y. Once you get the value of x and y, that is your circumcenter. By mistake, I left this question, so I explained it. Circumcenter is the point which is equidistant from all the three vertices of the triangle. That means P is equidistant from A as well as B as well as C, and this is the property which we are going to use to find the circumcenter, that PA is equal to PB is equal to PC. See, I have not taken all the three. First case I took PA is equal to PB, this is my first equation. Then I took PB is equal to PC, that is my second equation. And both the equation turn-wise will give you the values of x and y. By chance in second, if we get the variable equation in two variables, then from the first equation you will put the value of x to find the value of y. But you will not get that. It's very simple sums. It is given in example also, page 334, exactly same sum. So children, I have tried to my best to make you understand. Again, I always try my best. I don't know how much you follow, but to follow you have to work hard yourself also. This was the chapter in unit 1 also, and you found difficulty in doing it. So I explained all the terms again, and I have tried to explain all the 3-4 chapters again. I did expansions as well as factorizations, then all the three graphs also, 26, 27, and of course this distance section formula at the last, and I have sent you the notes of graph, how to present it on the graph. So I hope you have understood the doubts which you requested me to do it. I have done it. Then also I'm not sure whether you have able to follow me or not, so this I will do. Will confirm it by giving you the test, and then again and again you be ready with the test on chapter 26 and 27, that is graph. After that I'll go for the test of distance formula also. Till then you revise, see the video, and WhatsApp the doubts to me. You know I'm always there for you. So have a good day. God bless you.